welcome. We are back on the program, the Newspaper Review here on Top TV. And I'm so excited to have you join me here this very beautiful second day in the month of June 2023. Like I said yesterday, yes, the second half of the year is about to start, and I hope you're ready to take it on. Yes, welcome to the program, Victor.
Thank you, sir,
Yes.
and thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. I hope we're all ready to enjoy our weekend. This weekend brings to us the finals of the league matches. Premier League, that is, for most guys and, of course, some women. I'm sure this weekend is a big deal for them. I hope you're ready to see.
Yeah, I'm ready
how
to watch
Manchester
the FA.
derby.
The FA Cup that is happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
By I think 4 p.m. or
Yes.
thereabout. So
Yes.
we are all ready.
We're all
and
ready
the
to
news
see.
about Messi leaving PSG. So we
Yeah.
are waiting to hear where he's heading to this time around.
I wonder if he's really well. Let's not go and appear in somewhere one of these Asian teams,
No,
Asian countries.
it might
for
just
retirement.
be. Yeah, it might
because
just be because
it looks like he's headed for retirement already.
because
Yes.
he needs the money.
Yeah, of course. And then you know how those people pay. They'll pay you what you cannot refuse. But then, of course, he has made his mark.
Yeah.
And if he's retiring, well, I'm sure it's not going to shock a lot of people. He has done so much, has achieved so much. All right, that's message for you. And there's a lot more. You can also relax and chill over the weekend. But for this day, Friday, we are here to bring you news across newspapers, headlines, that is, within the last 24 hours, what has really happened? Let's go and look at it together. Drop your comments, drop your reactions on the comment section. We'd love to hear and see what you think about some of the headlines we'll be discussing this morning. But without wasting time, let's take a look at our first paper for today, and that will be Daily Independent for today, the second day in the month of June. And on Daily Independent, we have as headline here, EFCC quizzes fire me over alleged 4 billion naira fraud, money laundering. Right. Also, protest breaks out in Edo over petrol price hike. Moving downwards to the main headline here on the Daily Independent, we see this story, rising insecurity. Draw up fresh blueprint. Tinubu charges security chiefs, warns them against working at cross purposes, pledges to rejig Nigeria's security architecture. We'll find that on page 29 of the Daily Independent newspaper. Other headlines also on the Daily Independent reads, INEC officials forced me to sign results. Atiku's witness tells PEPC. All right, fine story on page 29 of the Daily Independent newspaper. No going back on fuel subsidy removal, says Kyari. You find that story on page 7 of Daily Independent. Subsidy removal, Rep seeks immediate halt to DSDP scheme by NNPC. Also, Lagos Guba, election tribunal to decide on Labour Party's petition today. Then we see this very interesting headline. It says, Obi LP challenge presidential election results in 18 states. All right, let's take on one of the stories. Let's begin with the main headline here, which is talking about draw up fresh blueprint. Tinubu charges security chiefs. All right, what do you say to that? Like we said yesterday, he has hit the ground running and is beginning to tackle most of the critical areas, and security is one of those. And right now, he has had his first meeting with security chiefs, and his charge to them is, be very deliberate and he said, working at cross purposes will no longer be condoned. Very strong statements coming from the presidency. All right, what's your take on that?
I think aside the fuel subsidy, I think every other thing is going well for the new president. If you ask me, you can see people are beginning to grow that consciousness that he is the president, the new president of the country.
Yeah.
Okay, going straight to the security meeting that he had. For me, when I saw it, I was so happy about it. Okay, because we really need to look into our security. Like you mentioned, the high state of insecurity in the land has increased so much. And what is he trying to do here? He's trying to create that synergy within all the arms of security. Mind you, just recently, we saw the situation with the EFCC and the DSS, where the DSS came to take over the office, the building that EFCC were already occupying. So the DSS on their own were like, see, this is our building. It's a very shameful thing and
that's what the president is talking about.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to see such nonsense.
Very ugly incident. And we also, it's been a And it's been old news that in many cases you see where the army and the police are always fighting, especially in Lagos and all that. Yeah, it might sound little, but there should be level of synergy and also in sharing of intelligence.
Yeah.
That's a big issue there. But I need to also say this. We need to work on our military. We really need to work on our military. And as the head of the military, that's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, federal armed forces, he needs to do a whole lot out there for us, especially in our military. Mind you, he needs to bring Nigeria, enlarge Nigeria in the map, in the global map, okay? As it stands, Nigeria is not the powerful, doesn't have the powerful military in Africa. It's rated fourth, okay? And you ask, even with the monies that we spent, the military is taking over 8% of our budget. And you find out that if we are giving so much to the military,
to security,
way more than education and health combined, we need to see results, okay? And let's also not forget the fact that over the past years, you find out that our military personnel and heads, they live in so much largesse. And you just be wondering, why would they be living so big in our communities where you find out that a military man will be worth billions, and when you check the person's salary and emoluments and allowances, it doesn't tally. So we need to put in so much, energy into that, because a nation that has bad military, you will see it everywhere. You need to protect your borders. Oh, look at what is happening in our northern borders, where we know that we have about like the Chad Niger border, we have about 4,000 kilometers of borderline.
That's really huge.
Yes. How do we, with intelligence, guide our borders? Yes. When you say you want food soldiers, we cannot. Nigeria does not have that capacity to have food soldiers everywhere on our borders. We just have a military about 230,000 personnel, and I think that number is not enough with a really population of 200 million persons and our landmass. Yes, we have. What about the Niger Delta? Okay, and oh my God, let's not also forget the fact that many of our military personnel in the Niger Delta are enriching themselves. We have. It is not a secret. We know that many of them out there are not. When you measure up their wealth to their salary, it's not adding up. Let's face the fact. And we've also had reports whereby people are complaining and crying out loud, see that our military in some places are collecting so much bribes out there. Okay, we need a better face now. The president has come, and I have that faith. I must tell you, I have that faith that he will sanitize that area of Nigeria, so that when a military man comes out, you know that a military man has come out, a man with boldness, a man with that is spotless, a man that has integrity.
Ready to
our military men cannot be seen where our policemen are. I'm sorry, police people. Well, you caused it for yourselves, but we need to have that kind of face, okay, going forward. And I pray that it will come to pass.
Yes, and then let's not also forget that before getting into office, that was one of his campaign promises. That is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Let's not forget the time he said something about he would, employ more military force. Was there to feed them cassava, plantain, agbado. That's where that line came from. Yeah, that's to show that he has always had interest on, improving the security architecture of this country. And he has started already. We hope, and we're very hopeful that, yes, truly, he's going to really focus on securing this nation and probably increase the personnel strength of the military. Not just the military, there's also the police, the Air Force, the Navy, and also checkmate most of the Navy activities within the South and Southeast, where there is so much oil. And we've had many people accusing the Navy of getting involved of this oil theft. And oil theft has also been a huge problem in in this country as regards our productivity in terms of oil and all of that. So yes, all these are in fact the challenges and areas that need to be dealt with are so enormous. Well, we believe and have faith in the president and his team. Oh, great news. Yesterday we saw the announcement of Femi Gbajabiamila as the chief of staff. It has been confirmed that he is the chief of staff now for the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's first 4-year term. So yes, you see, he's doing a lot already within the first 1 week. If not for the huge outcry as against the subsidy removal and the manner in which it was done, we would have said, okay, yes, he has started on a very, very, very powerful and right foot. But well, we're hoping that he will balance things because as we see in some of the reports, he has already started making plans for what does he call it? Let me see the palliatives and all of that. So let's hope that yes, probably I've started with the removal in some kind of brutal way, but trying to make amends. So we are hopeful. We are hopeful. We're praying for him. He's our president. If he succeeds, we all have succeeded. So yeah. Thank you, Victor. We're going on to our next paper, and that will be the Daily Sun newspaper for today, the second day in the month of June 2023. And right here on the Daily Sun, we have as headline here, Mba outlaws Monday's sit at home in Enugu. Governor to dialogue with stakeholders, pleads with Tinubu to release IPOB leader. We find that story on page 27 of the Daily Sun newspaper. We move on to the main headline here on Daily Sun. It says, Tinubu talks tough to service chiefs, directs them to provide adequate security measures, says working at cross purposes will no longer be condoned. We find that story on page 6 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Subsidy. Rep seeks forensic audit of 413 billion naira CBN loan. Find story on page 7 of the Daily Sun newspaper. We also see here 4 billion naira alleged fraud. EFCC detains Grills executive governor Fayemi. Stories on page 4 of the Daily Sun. Ariwa youths plead with Yari to concede Senate presidency to Kalu. You find that story on page 26. A lot of politicking going on for that position.
I can't wait for 11th of June when
for us to finally see who emerges. But we actually are hoping that we get that right because it's very, very critical to how this new government is going to sail. So yes, it's a very, very, very important seat. So let the best man win. That's what we're praying for. All right, lastly, I'll take this headline on the Daily Sun. It says here, OB LP tender results different from INEX for Rivers, Benue, 4 others. Let me take it again. OB LP tender results different from INEX for Rivers, Benue, 4 others. Challenges Tinubu's victory in 18 states. You are wasting time of court. Tribunal berates petitioner over alleged unpreparedness. All right, let's dwell on that story right now. A lot is going on at the election tribunal holding in Abuja. And for yesterday, it was the Labour Party councils that were on the hot seat. And we see that the tribunal judges were throwing shots at them, that they were not prepared enough and they were wasting the time of the court. Well, I'm sure you followed that proceeding. So what do you have to say? Let's go over everything that happened yesterday concerning the Labour Party.
Okay, okay. Let me start with the documentation issue.
Yeah.
I just hope that they do better next time because we don't have time at the end of the day. And mind you, there are other parties out there that want to also needs to make their case. Okay, so I hope going forward they should be able to sort themselves out, arrange their documents well. It doesn't sound good, and I must say that that will not count well for the lead. Okay, for the lead council, I'm sure that will not count well. But down to the matters of the day, the core matters of the day. Out of the 18 states that they are not cool with respect the result that came out from 18 states that did not favor them, but they had to come out and talk about 6. They had to streamline their numbers or squeeze their numbers to just 6 states. What are they saying? That the numbers or the votes that they got there, that they are not in accordance with what they got from the documents that they had. So which states are these? We are talking about Rivers State, which you know that
Rivers must be there.
I can say it for 1 million times that the APC did not win Rivers in the presidential election. Well, it's still in case. It's also left for the judges to take their actions. Okay, but yes, we have Rivers there. We have Benue State. For Benue State, where do I start from? The APC won Benue State, but they are saying that the numbers that they got from Benue is not that they are contesting that the number does not match. Okay, but for me, technically, if you ask me, I still wonder how APC were able to win Benue State, because we know that I know that it is a stronghold for the Labour Party and P2B. That aside.
And before that, there was also the PDP, where the governor of Benue State is from. And we all remember that he supported the Labour Party and must have asked his followers to also vote for the Labour Party. So, okay, let's take out the Labour Party, where the PDP is as a stronghold for Benue State. Is it possible that suddenly the APC would have won over a stronghold of the PDP? So those are some of the things that we should really question.
Well, yes.
But politics can actually go any sides. But in Nigeria, we know how these things work. So it would be really surprising that even if it was a contest between the PDP and the APC, would the APC have won Benue State?
It's contestable. Reason, I'm sorry to say this, Autumn did not do well, personally, because I think that, yeah, he has his challenges, security, okay? But how was he also able to increase their IGR? What did he do with respect to education? What special innovations did he come up with? I'm sorry, I can't I can't see them. One might say I'm too far from it, but well, maybe he did not publicize them enough.
You know, maybe somewhere along the line, Benue people may just may just have wanted Autumn out of the seat.
It's possible. It's possible. Personally, I didn't see him because, see, Benue States are rich. They are rich. The food basket of the nation. Yeah. All of us know what is happening, the kind of food that comes out from Benue State. And my brother.
That's the story.
Now, to the fourth state, that should be Cross River. Yeah. Cross River State, the Labour Party won. But they are still contesting on the numbers, that the numbers were small, that they were disenfranchised, that some numbers did not add up, okay, that they won by wider margin. Wow. Okay. But now, down to the west, we have Ekiti, we have Osun, okay? They are really contesting that. Why are they contesting? Because when you add up the two numbers of Ekiti and Osun together, you have about 1 million votes. But at the end of the day, the Labour Party got about 30,000 out of the 1 million when you accumulate votes. So in Ekiti State, they had about 11,000. In Osun State, they have at about 21,000. Okay. So when you gather, and even for the Osun State has about 700,000 votes. So when you check, if PDP and APC were about 300,000, they are almost together. Then you have Labour Party just 30,000. So for them, it's a place of concern and question. And if you ask me, I'm like, does it mean that for Labour Party, 3% is just what they got out of 100% of the votes in Osun State? I think it is something that should be looked upon.
Thank you so much for that analysis. We're also looking at, our interest as regards the tribunal is very keen, and that of the Labour Party. We expect that they should get to the court ready at every point in time, because they are the ones that dragged, INEC, APC to the court, and for them to get there and be looking like they're not ready, that's not really good at this point in time. And we also saw Peter Obi in that court for that day, so I'm wondering how he must have felt that his counsels came there, and were being accused of being unprepared. That's not a good thing. We're hoping that they do better next time. All right, we're still live right here on the program. Don't forget to also stay connected to us here on TAP TV. by following us on all our social media handles, like all our videos and share them, of course. We're on Facebook at Stab TV, on Instagram is StabTV_NG, and on Twitter is Stab_NG. So follow us on all of this platform. We'd love to have you. Right now, we're going to take a short break. Once we come back, we jump into our last paper for the day. You stay tuned.
Hey there! Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Welcome back from that short break. Thank you so much for staying with us right here on the Newspaper Review. We're still looking at the headlines across newspapers around Nigeria. And next that we're going to get into is the Vanguard newspaper for today, the 2nd of June, 2023. And on Vanguard here, we have as headline, I was forced to sign presidential poll result in Kogi. Article's witness tells court. You find that story on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. All right, we also see here, independent marketers protest implementation of fuel price hike. That story is on page 19 of the Vanguard newspaper. Other headlines here. Presidential Tribunal, Obi tenders results of 6 states, 115 LGAs in evidence. All right. Now down to the main headline. It says, subsidy. New players will make petrol price come down. Subsidy. New players will make petrol price come down. That statement is from Kiari. It also says, subsidy removal will aid competition, kill monopoly. Notes NMPCL cannot handle more than 30% of the market. Adds palliatives coming soon as Amnesty International warns against increased poverty in Nigeria. Wants federal government to mitigate effects of subsidy. Well, this warning, I don't know if it's coming late. Well, because the palliative, because we see here, it says palliatives coming soon. And I mean, are we doing medicine after death? We know that Nigerians are very good at always adjusting themselves to the pressures that comes in this country. Because just some months ago, between December and January, we had this, fuel scarcity that really was very tough on Nigerians. We bought fuel as high as 500 naira. One of my friends would say that was when the federal government were testing your strength of whether you can withstand the subsidy removal. However way they do it, can you withstand it? And we all answered, yes, we can. Here we are. They have done it any which way. If we can buy 500 in January, why can't you buy 500 now? And you're crying. So they haven't done anything to us as far as they are concerned, but a lot is really happening. It's not really funny out here. People are going through a lot at this time. And now that they're saying palliatives are coming, I don't know. Will it really get to people before they start dying? Before people start throwing in the towel and say, well, I've had enough of this Nigeria. I think I should end it. A lot is going on. Now, subsidies have been removed. People's salaries have not been increased. Inflation is on the rise. Within the next 1 month, we're going to hear it. So if they have any plans to help people, this is the time. No time wasting. This is the time. All right, let me take on other stories before we get into our conversations. We also see here, crush oil thieves, other felons. Tinubu orders security agencies. Says, I'll change security architecture soon. Page 27 is where you get details. We also see here, Customs targets $200 billion in fresh PPP. Page 9 is where you get details of that story. Victor, let's start there. It says Customs targets $200 billion in fresh PPP. Wow, that's a very interesting one. What do you say to that?
So, so good to hear. So good to hear. But you asked the question: how much have they also been bringing into the covers in respect to revenue? Just like we were talking about the security meeting with the new president, we need to also talk about how custom has fared over the years. Just like I was mentioning about the military or the army having the military as a whole, having making their monies or looting the treasury, because that's what it means. By the time you go, you mobilize with these guys, or these guys gives you money. I mean, the oil thieves gives you money for you to give them access. You are among them that are
you're aiding and abetting.
Yes. So the customs, let me go by the numbers. 200 billion, making sense. What do they want to invest? They want to invest 3 billion, and in 20 years they should be making about 200 billion. Sweet, good and fine. But now the question is, how well have they done their duties as customs? Mind you, the core duties of customs is 1, taxation. 2, ease of transaction of trade. Okay? And 3, security. When I pick the taxation part, do they want to overtax these importers and exporters? Is that how they want to make their monies? Because that is the major source of revenue for them.
Yeah.
They are not making much through security, but yes, they might be making money by the advice they render in terms of and making it easy for trade to happen. But the side of taxations, people are complaining out there. I have friends over there in different ports in the country working. Yes, some persons might call them agents or wharf rats. But they've been complaining that, see, they are being overtaxed. That some custom officers, just like what, see, oh my God, like some custom officers, before they give you a paper or sign on a document, you must pay them outside the government. So that one is their normal egunje. And don't tell me that the heads don't know. And that is where I will tell you that I applaud the police. The police, at least to some extent, they prosecute their people. And they make it public.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot these days.
When was the last time you heard that a custom officer has been sacked? That's to tell you how their bosses cover them up. Okay? Sweet idea. Bring in 3 billion, make 200 billion. But at the end of the day, how have they been managing their own affairs? How have they been transparent to Nigerians and the taxpayers? Because at the end of the day, it is the taxpayers that, is it not what all of us are gathering together that you're taking a portion and giving to them? So they should do their duty. And I just hope, yes, this is too much work. It's not about it is my turn, like the president has said. The turn don't reach you. This is time to work. Nigerian, there is a whole lot of cleansing that needs to be done. And in fact, if it comes from the public sector, it will make so much good. Like the other day I talked about teachers and their own issues. There is a whole lot of cleansing that needs to be done. If you are not ready for the job, please carry your bag and go.
Very true.
Let's see how it works.
Well, good move by the customs. We're hoping that this is going to yield good fruits. And that's a very good sign for our new president. Yes, it seems like a lot is beginning to happen since the, swearing in of the new president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And we hope that all of this is going to really bring positive results for us as Nigerians. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show, as always. And to our viewers, you all are the real MVPs. Thank you for staying with us up to this time on the program, but I'm afraid that's where we're going to draw the curtains for today until we come your way again next week. Do well to enjoy your weekend and stay safe. All right, till next time on the Newspaper Review, my name is William Sabule. See you.